Hi, I'm Joni.
And I'm Donnie. And we're going to talk about PTSD for the next few minutes. What does that actually mean, Joni?
It is a term that's used to explain a whole list of symptoms.
Okay.
And it just kind of helps to be able to like wrap that up so you're not walking around riddling off all of your symptoms. But it's generally it's a reaction to a high intense experience.
So it was something that happened. It's post-traumatic. So it's post-trauma. The trauma happened before.
Right.
Which created this stress, which evolved into this disorder.
Right. And the fact that we're talking about stress is because the stress response system got highly activated. And usually when that happens, the brain doesn't like store things the way it's supposed to. Like it gets a little bit jumbled up in there. What happens is, without trying to do too much of a nerd here, the amygdala, right, which is
you went big.
big. I just use a brain word. Is always like scanning the area for like risks. And so if it happens to recognize a smell or a sound or something, a color, and it associates it with that high stress situation, the body will respond as if it's happening right now.
Right, yeah.
Like,
it takes the past right into your present.
Yeah, and so the person is like feeling, and they look like they're anxious. It's a stress response is what it is. And they're feeling, and they feel agitated, right? They look angry, and everybody's like, what's wrong with you? Like,
But it doesn't have to be this one big, huge thing, does it? It can be a lot of small things that create the same disorder.
Yeah, and we use the terms big T and little T trauma, and that's not to devalue the little T traumas. It just means big T is one big event. Yeah. Little T means chronic over time. This is like adverse childhood experiences that happen over time.
Yeah, and it could be a variety of things. The list goes on and on and on.
Absolutely.
And it's different for everybody. I mean, it could be a sexual trauma. It could be a battlefield. It could be all kinds of different things.
Yes.
Or like you said, it could just be these small things all through your life. But they become big things.
Yeah, and it's the sense of feeling threatened. Either you feel physically threatened as far as annihilation of self, or it could be like your person is threatened. And like who you are as a person is threatened. And if that happens over and over and over again, you feel the fear of death of self.
Yeah, and you can take that's happening in you and put it on someone else.
Absolutely.
It affects everybody around you. I mean, it can just destroy a household.
Yes, absolutely. Like, people are the best at projecting, and we are great projectors, meaning if we are feeling and thinking something, we tend to automatically think the other people are feeling and thinking it too, right? So we're very egocentric, and we're hyper-focused on what we're thinking and feeling, and we can't even imagine another perspective, right? So we think everybody thinks it.
Yeah. So how do we, like you and I, if I came in today and I sat down and I started talking to you about some of these things and you identified it as that, how would you help me with that?
Well, there's multiple ways, and that's the cool part, is that there's not just one cookie cutter way to address it. There are actually multiple treatment avenues that we can take, but it really depends on the person. Like, we don't have enough time to go through them all.
Sure.
It depends on the person, what they're comfortable with, but we can address those trauma and those symptoms.
So do you relive some of those issues?
You don't have to. You don't have to. Sometimes you can. You can, but you don't have to.
So what I hear you saying is there's a lot of different ways to attack the problem.
Absolutely.
But the most important thing to deal with the problem is to seek help.
Absolutely. Acknowledge it's a problem and then go get help.
And sometimes I need someone else to tell me that I have that problem.
Right.
And,
Besides a family member.
My wife, she knows my problems a lot better than I do. But in reality, if somebody is pointing that out to you, you need to seek some counsel.
Absolutely. Don't try to do it on your own.
Yeah, because it can be catastrophic.
Yeah.
We love you. See you soon.